On this episode, we're ranking the Skyliner resort restaurants live to see which one comes out on top. Today's March 24th, 2026, and this is episode 857 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I am your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey guys!
If you want to be part of the community and join the conversation, get the latest theme park news, as well as live streams from the parks and resorts, head to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic, and on TikTok at MSM Podcast.
Planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World can be overwhelming and at times just downright frustrating. But don't worry, because Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.
Are you ready for your bucket list trip? Our trusted partner, MEI Travel, will handle the planning so you can focus on the memories. They offer free vacation planning services and have nearly 20 years of experience creating memorable vacations. Visit mainstmagic.com/travel for a fee-free, no-obligation quote today.
Hey guys, well, it is a gorgeous Sunday, Florida day for us outside.
It's about time.
But we are stuck inside because we were watching basketball.
We can watch Outback. We can watch Outback today if we wanted.
We'll make a fire later.
Yeah, March Madness is in full swing.
Yes,
it is Sunday that we're recording. This comes out on Tuesday. So I can say that Duke has advanced to the Sweet 16. We'll see who they play today.
They played last night.
Yeah.
We went to Mellow Mushroom and had some good fun.
We did. So, yeah, excited. We love this time of year. Go to the last episode and you can catch our March Madness
Resorts?
Yes, it was resorts. I couldn't remember because the next one we're going to do is going to be restaurants. And so I couldn't remember if we did restaurants last. It has been a very long week and weekend since I got an opportunity to go down to Orlando.
Well,
and then,
yeah,
so I'm
but
so
you
thrown
were
off.
gone, so you were thrown off.
Yeah, so I was very, very thrown off.
I am not.
But no, you're not. You know what day it is. You're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I'm excited because then we kind of like relax usually, and then I get ready to work the rest of the week. But holy crap, I feel like it is crazy because we are now 30 days. Well, now when this comes out,
It'd be 27 days, I think.
Until we get on our Destiny cruise.
Yeah.
My parents are checked in. We're checked in. Super, super excited about that. My parents live in Alabama, so my mom's already started packing because she doesn't need bathing suits for the next 30 days.
Right.
So I feel like I'm like, ooh, maybe I should start putting things aside because before we know it, thank God we're home next weekend to do some things. But then the next weekend we're in Indianapolis for the Final Four.
Yeah.
Then we come home, and that weekend, the following weekend is prom.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then I've got a lot of working to start doing to make up for missing the entire week. So then I'll work, and then that weekend, that's the prom weekend. And then we basically have the week and then 2 days off, and then I work 2 days, and then we're literally headed down to Fort Lauderdale.
Super pumped. Of course, big shout out, as always, to Amy, our wonderful travel advisor with MEI Travel.
And not only has she booked our Destiny cruise, she's booking our one-night stay down when we go, because we drive to Fort Lauderdale. Yes, it only takes 5 hours, but, just in case anything's going on. Traffic, something with a car, anything. You don't want to.
And we'd recommend that for anyone, and Amy will tell you the same thing.
Oh, she will.
Especially if you were flying in. Yeah. Fly in the morning before your cruise. Flying to the port a full day before. You don't even want to worry about flying in on to the evening or anything because things can still go awry. So make sure you fly in early. Of course, she can help you with all of that. But she has made it so much easier, because we have planned this with Rhonda's parents, and just, being able to help them out when they need it, help us out when we need it. So of course you can always go to mainstmagic.com/travel. You can get that fee-free, no obligation quote. And then before we hop into today's episode, I just want to say a huge thank you so much to everyone who has already purchased my new book, Still Loud Now Clear. It arrived in many people's mailboxes. I think so many people have gotten it and sent me photos, which is super cool. So hopefully they are starting to read it. You can still go out and get it, stillloudnowclear.com. That's my only plug this episode for it. Let's move on. Back in episode 851, we did our official monorail resort rankings of the restaurants there. So all the table service restaurants around the monorail loop. Today, we're going to do the Skyliner. So if you want to hear how the monorail ones turned out, go back to episode 851. But today we'll be talking about Skyliner. A couple things. We are going to include the BoardWalk area.
Yeah.
So we're not just including, on that Skyliner line technically, because you're right there at Yacht, Beach, BoardWalk.
Right.
We are not going to include Swan and Dolphin or Swan Reserve. We're just going to do these Disney ones. So we have 12 total. And what we did for 851, what we're going to do today is we're going to rank them now. Like Ron and I did not sit down prior and discuss these. This is what we did for the last one. So it's basically, we're just pressing record on what we would have done anyway. So we'll have the discussion. We will rank from 12 all the way down to see what our number one is. But first, do you want to read who is on the list? We have them by resort. So let them know the resort and then what restaurants we will be ranking.
So we have Yacht Club. We have Ale and Compass, Cruise Cup Lounge, Yachtsman Steakhouse, Beach Club, Martha's Vineyard, Cape May Cafe, BoardWalk area. We have Tutorial Alforna, Flying Fish, Cake Bake Shop, Caribbean Beach. We have Banana Cabana, Sebastian's Bistro, and Riviera Resort. We have Bar Riva and Topolino's Terrace.
Yeah, so let's dive right into it. I have 12-1 on my list, on our list in front of us that we're going to start pulling these over and placing. What we like to do is just right off the top of your head, is there a, and again, this is all our experience, right. There are two of these that I don't believe we have ever ate food at, and that's Cruise Cup Lounge. We have visited there in the past for drinks, but I don't know that we've actually ever had food there. And there is Martha's Vineyard. Both of these serve food. They are small plates. For example, at Cruise Cup Lounge, you can get everything from their signature bread, lobster bisque, prime rib sliders. You can get a jumbo shrimp cocktail, some salads, things like that. Over at Martha's Vineyard, you can get things like wings, New England clam chowder, loaded potato barrel, charcuterie, chips, barbecue pork ribs, shaved beef sliders, hummus, shrimp, things like that, along with your drinks, your beverages. So I feel like we might want to start there. And I know there's a separate Ale and Compass lounge.
Right.
We're going to kind of rope that into the Ale and Compass restaurant, but how do you feel about Martha's Vineyard? We've actually never been in Martha's Vineyard, now that I think about it. If we want to put that up with places we have never even visited,
then we need to do that.
That is one of them.
I feel like, unfortunately, we need to put those two at 12 and 11, only because we have not dined and we have not eaten there.
Yeah.
It'd be a different thing, so this will be ours, and the reason why is because these are the two that we have not done or eaten.
Right.
So,
but I think this is one where we're looking at filling a few days at the end of May when we go to do 3 nights car camping, and this might be a good one. Go to one and get some small plates. Go to the next one, get a small plate. Check them out. I do love the atmosphere of Cruise Cup. It is that all kind of wood paneled walls and tables. It fits very well, I think, with the yacht club, the boating style theme.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really trying to remember. I know I've been in there before and had drinks with a buddy at the bar. And then I still feel like you and I went one time and sat with another couple. I cannot remember who or when. But I feel like we did go in there one time and we might have just had a snack or something. But they used to have, I know, a burger that people raved about that is no longer there. They change the menu kind of frequently.
Right.
But we'll have to put these on our list. So I thought about just leaving them off. But then I was like, you know what? They're kind of our honorable mention, 11 and 12. Yeah. And now we can actually dig in to the top 10.
Look at you.
So let's start to talk about the top 10. Are there any ones that now maybe fall down with... This is a good list of restaurants, I got to say.
Yeah, they are.
The next one I could only possibly bring up to you is Yachtsman Steakhouse. You have not dined there.
Yeah.
It's been a couple years that I went there. I ate with my brother.
Right?
For me, I really enjoyed the sides. I enjoyed we had appetizer of bone marrow. At the time, I was hopping around and eating the signature steaks at a lot of places.
Right.
And this one fell kind of down on my list. I didn't love this one.
Okay.
Compared to, I know around the same time I was doing Flying Fish and Topolino's Terrace, places that show up on our list. So how do you feel about Yachtsman knowing that you haven't ate there? Do we want to put it in at number 10?
That'd be fine because we can always eat there and then revisit this. Again, this is our top 10. So, and a lot of this comes with for me, nostalgia and how good it is. And then again, how many times do I want to go back there? Do I want to go back there?
Right.
So,
yeah. And the other thing we talk about a lot with this, if maybe you're new to the show or the podcast or whatever, is, some of this dining we have done very recently. Some of it has been some time. Yes. Some of the ones that have been some time, I will talk about very, very highly. Yeah. Because of the experience that we had, correct, even if it was some time ago. What makes this truly hard is that we have, again, dined at almost every single restaurant on property at one time or another.
Yeah.
But there are so many that you got to find a good way to talk about them. So coming in at number 9, is there something that sticks out to you that you feel like is next best?
Probably Trattoria Al Forno.
Okay.
I don't know if you agree with that.
Yeah. This is another one where I really have to look at what else is on the list.
And that's what I was kind of doing. And I was like, okay, because the food we had at Trattoria was fine.
It's always been good. It's always been good.
Here's me and my thought process. It wasn't good enough to go, ooh, I want to go back there. I'd honestly go back to Cake Bake Shop before I'd go there. Because I just enjoyed everything. Yeah.
I also think it comes down to,
Flying Fish. We have always had a great experience.
We have
there.
At Flying Fish.
Except the very first
Yes, the very first time, and that was mostly my dish. We went with John and Michelle before. I can't remember if that was the Maroon 5 weekend or not.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Literally 10 years or so.
Yes, correct. And that was before they refurbished it. Right. They redesigned it. They've redone the menu.
And to be fair, I do think yours was the only
everybody else enjoyed it.
Mine was fine.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, oh my God, I want to come back. Right. But at the same time, when we did, then we were like, wow, this is really good.
Every visit since has been, oh my gosh, we want to come back. And I still talk about that steak all the time. Mm-hmm. I think what maybe puts Trattoria Al Forno at number 9 also are two things. One.
So you're agreeing with me then?
I will agree with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure.
One is it's Italian and it's all Italian. Mm-hmm. Every other restaurant on our list has something for everyone. You don't, Flying Fish, you don't have to say, well, you got to eat seafood there. You know what I mean? There are other options. If you go to Trattoria, you have to eat Italian food. Right. Basically.
Whether you like it or not. I'm just kidding.
And it is good Italian food. I really do enjoy it. Yeah. I think there's some better places to maybe get individual Italian dishes on property. But as far as a blanket Italian restaurant, I think this is up there. Do you remember, though, the time that we sat outside with Steve and Kat and Michael, and I got that pizza that had tinfoil in it?
Oh, I do. And honestly, I hate to say it like this, another memory that pops up with Trattoria was when it was Chuck and Allie, and there was a whole bunch of us Rachel, I think, was there. And I just remember everybody didn't
love it. Yeah.
it. Like I think Chuck and Allie were like,
and they know Italian.
Yes,
they know good Italian.
She does really good.
She's cooked Italian for us before, and it is absolutely delicious.
Outstanding. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So
I think it is fair at number 9 based on our experiences. All right, number 8. For me, I think I would almost have to put Cake Bake Shop, only for the fact that now we have had desserts there. We've had cakes.
Yeah.
I recently got that banana pudding with Michael. It was outstanding. Yeah. The meal that we had there, we really loved, but we've only dined there once.
Right. That's fine. I will say sure to that because, again, we've only had it once. And then, again, I still want to go back.
Yeah. I do too.
I would probably, unfortunately, yes, the meal was very good, but like we said, when we reviewed it back whenever we did, it literally is something of a hey, let's go for a birthday or a
it is a special event.
Yes, a special event.
We're not just going to say you want to grab lunch there.
Correct. Now,
I do think it has to be built around something special.
I would say, hey, we're on the boardwalk. Let's go get a piece of cake. I still want that one, that strawberry. I would still go in and get something like that and take back to the room or whatever.
Yeah. Do you think it is the most beautiful and stunning restaurant on property?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do too.
And more importantly, during Christmas.
Yes.
I would prefer to probably save my money all year, to be 1,000% honest, and then just go, all right, well, this was our anniversary dinner in April, but we're going to celebrate it in
wait till it's all decked out for Christmas.
Because it is just breathtaking.
Yeah. And there, I know, and I'll go ahead and bring this up. You will be unaware. I know that there are some things going on with Cake Bake Shop right now, and a little bit of controversy with a few things that are going on there that are yet to be known if they're true or not. Some things with the keeping of uniforms and the way that they're being dealt with. There are some things that have been floating around about the way that they deal with some of their ingredients. I got to listen to Gwendolyn Rogers for an hour at Momentum, and this is an absolutely incredible woman who, from again, this is my experience that I had with her.
Right.
I would be shocked if there is anything going on first, truly, if any of it was intentional or whatever it may be, so we'll see what comes around that. If we want to go back and learn a lesson from Steve Lewis and Gideon's and all the hubbub around that really ended up not coming to fruition.
Right.
Let's just wait it out, see what happens here. But I love Cake Bake Shop. It's one of those, and again, I know I'm much more plugged into the Disney social world and all than you are.
Oh, yeah.
It is. Here's what I see most reviews. There's no way this is worth it. And then they go and they're like, oh, okay, that was worth it. You know what I mean?
Funny.
I think everyone is so surprised because the prices are high. You're talking $22 pieces of cake. You're talking meals that are running in the $20 to $40 range for things that you feel like you could find somewhere else and not spend as much.
Right.
And most every review I see are people coming back going, okay, it was worth it. I get it.
Right.
I totally get why it's expensive. And and I still think it's one of those places you have to take in that atmosphere, that decor, what goes into it. If you want to eat breakfast in a Waffle House and spend $20 for your family of 4, then eat breakfast in a Waffle House. But if you want to eat breakfast in a place that is curated and created by, Gwendolyn Rogers, who still decorates everything and designs everything, then I think you have to understand the value that comes along with it. Right. Yeah, and the food is very, very good.
Yeah.
And, when she talked about the chocolates that they use and the ingredients and stuff they use in everything, it is of the highest quality. So that's where it will fall. And that's our reasoning. All right, let's move on to number 7. Does anything stick out specific to you? I have one.
Is it?
I'll tell you, this is hard. This gets really, really hard.
Sebastian's Bistro.
Yes. And
that was my thought too.
Only because we have not been there in so very long.
Right. I agree.
But I will say.
Because also it's right? What is the
It is the prefix still. It is the family style.
Right.
Prior to COVID, this was easily the most underrated restaurant on property. when it had its regular
When it had
individual
its
item menus.
Yes, and it was easier to eat there.
Yes, it was. And
Where
we went back
now-
again
Yes,
and
we did.
again
We did.
and again.
Right.
And when it first opened, along with Banana Cabana,
Yeah.
you could order the Sebastian's Bistro menu from Banana Cabana.
Right.
Then they realized nobody's stepping foot inside Sebastian's. We got to kind of change that.
Right.
You used to get the goat soup. That was
It
amazing.
wasn't soup.
Was it stew?
It was
Some sort of goat stew or something that was amazing.
so
I remember sitting at
good.
Banana Cabana and ordering the crab cake appetizer off of the menu at Sebastian's. Outstanding. That has gone away. We're probably never going to see it again.
Mm-hmm.
We now have this prefix tropical menu. And I remember last time we ate there with Lucy and Caleb.
Yep.
All four of us raved about
it was
it.
great.
I still rave about it. I don't have the price in front of me, but I want to say it is still the lowest priced meal on property as far as family dining goes. So it's the only reason it's falling behind a little bit is it has been a while.
Yep.
But it's another one of those that I don't hear bad things about it. And I don't hear a lot about it, but most of those reviews are very good.
Yeah.
So we will move Sebastian's into number 7. Every single number we get to, now number 6, gets harder and harder.
I'd say Banana Cabana under 6, probably, or for 6. I feel like.
Okay, I was kind of leaning towards Cape May Cafe, even though we love it. The breakfast is outstanding. I
Breakfast,
can make
lunch, and
breakfast
dinner.
tacos. Yes, well, dinner. I don't think they do lunch.
Well, whatever, but whatever
Dinner was
they're
outstanding.
open for is.
But since you brought up Banana Cabana, I feel like the menu has been dumbed down a little bit, where there are some flavors that you can get that aren't available everywhere, but I don't think it's as good as it used to be. And so
Yeah.
I think that's fair to move Banana Cabana
and to be
into
fair,
the next
all
spot.
we did was like we used to drink only there.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, we'd eat.
Or
sure,
we'd get like
but-
the chili fries, or we'd
Right.
get an appetizer.
Right.
We didn't sit
but
for
it's
or
now
the
bar
wings.
food, I feel like.
Right. Yes.
Which is fine, but Cape May, I'd so say is above that.
And let's say this. I will say about Banana Cabana. It is bar food. It is good bar food,
yeah,
but it is still bar food.
correct.
We're going to talk about another place that is bar food, but I think it's elevated to another level. So,
Oh, yeah,
but let's
yeah.
move on. So then do you think Cape May falls next? We were so pleasantly surprised. I know that this is one that I think it was not long after you and I had dinner there. Remember when they were running like the 35% off? I think was
Where?
it
What are
last
we
summer
talking
at Cape
about?
May Cafe,
Oh.
and you and I went just
Yes.
randomly that night.
Yeah.
It was after the 18th time that we had to cancel H2O Glow nights, I think.
Yes.
And we went over there, and we were so pleasantly surprised.
Didn't we like do almost like, how do you say it, the Russian roulette game where
That was not that night. That was the night we
We were-
ended up at Olivia's. This was
But I
one
mean,
where
no,
we
no,
kind
no.
of just looked what was available.
Right, that's what I mean.
And we
hungry.
cross-referenced it with that list of things that I think were discounted heavily at the
Okay.
time, and that's where we landed on Cape May for
Oh
dinner.
my goodness.
We've been there multiple times with Chuck and Amy for breakfast because they like to do that on their checkout day, and breakfast is fabulous. Like again,
Yeah.
they have tortillas.
Yeah,
I can make breakfast tacos.
you're fine.
Something the Drury, remember, did not have the last time we were there. So I'm good with putting Cape May there. Oh man, I just interact with so many people. Somebody did go recently, said the add-on, because the crab legs are an add-on. They said it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah. I think I would think that.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It's easy for me to sit here and say like, oh, you can just go get crab legs anytime. We live in Florida. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. They're pre-frozen all the time. You can get crab legs probably anywhere, anytime.
Right.
And we can get them sometimes up here at Publix still at $10.99 a pound when they're on a good sale. So I
Right.
don't think something like that is worth it. I think you're better off saving that for home. But the rest of the buffet is well worth it, whether you're doing breakfast or dinner.
Yeah. I agree.
I ate so many shrimp. They were so good. We loved them. Everything about this place is really good. I love the atmosphere.
Yeah.
You got breakfast. You got omelet man or woman or person. I always love an omelet,
Yeah.
fresh omelet. You've got that bread, that caramel, like whatever beachy
yeah.
bread stuff that comes to the table.
So good.
And the character meet and greets are
Yeah, that's
wonderful
cute.
here. It is so, so good. So we'll move. Cape May is headed into number 5. All right. Let me tell everyone what we have left. We have Ale and Compass at Yacht Club, Flying Fish at BoardWalk area. We've got Bar Riva and Topolino's Terrace, both left at Riviera. Where are you leaning to next?
I think I would say Bar Riva.
Bar Riva?
Yeah.
I will like to discuss with you Bar Riva compared to Ale and Compass. Now, I know we're kind of grouping Ale and Compass Lounge and the restaurant together. I personally think that the Bar Riva food is a bit better, but I'm not sold on it.
Okay. The last time so unfortunately, the last time I had a burger at Bar Riva was not that great.
Yeah.
I should have said something because I learned from Chris that
And
if
Athena.
I don't say anything, they just will keep pumping them out the way they were. And then Steve and I went to Ale and Compass.
Yes, that's right.
And
that was just October.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. Okay.
Wonderful burger. Wonderful. And then we had Ale and Compass breakfast. So my more recent, I would put
breakfast was wonderful. Okay.
Above
Bar Riva. I think that's fair. And I just saw next time.
I'm not saying Bar Riva doesn't have good food, but again, like you said, it's a bar, it's elevated, so I think it falls fine at number 4.
Okay.
And you have the rest. And then
well, one thing I want to say is next time we do go to Ale and Compass, so our friend Marcy, who works at Bar Riva, she had posted recently on Instagram from Ale and Compass. She did their seafood pie. I can't remember if they call it seafood pie or fisherman's pie. And I was like, man, how was it? I've always wanted to get it. She said it was absolutely outstanding. So I like Bar Riva at number 4. We will move Ale and Compass into number 3. And yeah, I'm honestly trying to think of a time, even if we're just talking about the lounge, I'm trying to think of a time we didn't have something good.
Right. And we've been to Ale and Compass
Lounge a lot.
Well,
we used to hit it a lot.
Yeah, but not only the lounge, but like we've went ahead and eaten in Ale and Compass itself, I feel like quite a few times before they refurbed it.
Yeah.
And things like that. So, and then like I said, the more recent time with Steve, like that burger just was, the
burger is outstanding.
And I made it up myself, honestly.
Well, they have a rotational menu, which I love, based on seasons often.
And Steve,
their Parker House rolls are so good. You remember the shrimp dish there, the shrimp appetizer? Yeah, so I feel very confident now that we've talked it out.
Yeah.
Now that leaves us to Flying Fish and Topolino's Terrace.
Yep.
For me personally, this is very, very easy.
Me too.
And that is Flying Fish at number 2 and Topolino's at number 1.
Oh, 100%.
Right? What's behind it for you?
Topolino's is just, again, it's kind of like Cape May to me. Breakfast, and again, I don't think it's lunch and dinner, but it's whatever they're serving is fantastic.
Yeah.
You eat there.
Yeah, we got character breakfast, and then we have dinner at Topolino's.
All of it.
It is.
Like
every last bit.
The Topolino's Terrace breakfast is...
They have the sour cream waffles.
I know. I'm thinking, hang on.
Done the steak and eggs there before.
Dare I say the best breakfast on property? Like, I'm trying to think. Like, I'm like, do I?
I would only argue with that and possibly put it up against something like Boma, just based on the selection.
I know, that's what I was thinking too. But
it is
so good.
It's incredible.
It's so good.
And what
it's so pretty up there.
Well, and what I love about their breakfast is I do feel like it's very different than any other breakfast you get, and it has the characters, which are great characters there. I love the little pot of the painter's pot of pastries. Oh, painter's pots of pastries that they bring out. I'll have a stroke. That they bring out, like it's outstanding. And then dinner, I love that you can go sit at the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Very easily.
Yeah.
You can do the same thing at Flying Fish, but I don't feel like it's as accessible. Yep. And we have tried to go to the bar at Flying Fish, and it has been full multiple times when we just wanted to walk up and we just wanted to sit at the bar. We have done at Topolino's with much easier. I feel like a lot of people don't go to just sit at the bar and eat.
Right.
That chicken sugo is, I still think, the best pasta dish on property. The ricotta appetizer, which is literally ricotta and bread.
It's so good.
Right? And it is outstanding. There's nothing like it. I will never forget our first time dining there, and Mike as our server. I will never forget that huge group that we went for Amy's, I think it was Amy's 50th, when we sat in the back room and had Alfred as our server. And it was a group of like 10 or 12 of us. And we got that private room. Topolino's is, and again, I will fight and say that Topolino's is potentially the best restaurant on property. Like it's still one of those that it can be obviously a whole other episode when we include everything, but it has never missed once for us. We've been there.
Yeah,
and again, our experiences have always been wonderful.
Yeah.
The people we've been, when we've been with Lucy and Caleb, and we sat at the bar with Rob and Tina when you got your chicken sugo to go, when, again, that big group with Amy's birthday, everything about it is wonderful.
Yeah.
And that's not taking away anything from Flying Fish,
No.
which is also outstanding. Yeah. And to this date, it is still the best steak I've had on property.
Nice.
So...
Was that our anniversary when we had it?
Yes, it was. Yeah. And it was when I talked to the chef the whole time.
Yeah,
because we were seated right next to the kitchen. And
it was a little weird.
Yeah, it was just so cool. And I loved having that experience and interacting with her and learning about things. And then I was like, oh, honey, it was nice of you to come too. So we'll go back soon, though. I'm sure we have a long list of these to go back to. But is there anything that surprises you where it ended up? And maybe we should have done this from the beginning, but I don't want to spoiler alert. Do you think if I said from the very beginning, what's the number one restaurant, you would have immediately gone to Topolino's?
Probably.
I think I would have too.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's been so good, and it's just, yeah. I mean, even when I feel didn't they change breakfast a little bit?
At Topolino's?
Yeah. It's still good, though.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah. It's still
they
outstanding.
Changed it up, and it's still really good. Now, dinner, I feel they've not really changed anything.
The staples have stayed.
If they, but it's still, everything's so good. Yep. So good.
And it's what, a lot of people will message me and say, not a lot of people, some people. I don't want to be one of those. Those always make me laugh. You have the influencers, air quotes, that get on and go, and there's jokes about it and memes. They're like, a lot of you have asked about my skincare routine. And you're like, nobody asked you about your skincare routine. Just say, I'm going to tell you my skincare. So a lot of people don't message me. But if I get one a month or every other month, I'll be realistic. And they say, I'm going to Topolino's. What do you recommend? I recommend the ricotta. I recommend the chicken sugo. And if they have it, I've yet to have anyone that's disappointed. They always love it. Good. So I'm just being real with you. I think I'm surprised. I'm both surprised and not surprised that Flying Fish is at number 2. It makes sense there. I kind of think, and we talked it out and it made perfect sense, I kind of felt like Bar Riva was going to be our Walulu. And be higher. I kind of in my mind was thinking Topolino's number 1, Bar Riva number 2. But you're right in the fact that a lot of that goes to my experience beyond food and the nostalgia of it. Yeah. Because it is, for a period of time, it was the most visited spot on property for us. When Chris worked there and Marcy worked there and Ken worked there, and
food was better.
It was better.
I don't know.
I agree.
If it has
Edwin and the OG wings, it's still one of my favorite stories about those lemon wings. I think I tied so much to that that it separated me from the food.
And I don't know what happened with our cast member friends that have left or what has gone on, but I do feel like it has become more of that just bar food.
Yeah.
That is... lack of a better term, it's bar food. We have to get it out quick. It's just not something they take care of and go, all right, well, this is going to be elevated.
Right.
Where the last time we didn't even want Bar Riva food. We want nothing from there. We wanted everything from Primo Piatto, or however you
Primo
say that.
Piatto, yep. Yeah, because now a lot of times I get the pizza.
Right. And I remember when we were with Rob and Tina.
Yeah.
Or Tina was with us, and we were staying at Caribbean, or I don't remember all that situation, but I remember we went to go get food from there and not Bar Riva. So we really, I mean, the arancini is still really good, but still, I
do think a lot of that had to be with the people that worked there. Yeah. Now, I can compare in my brain, based on our experiences, Bar Riva and Three Bridges being very similar. Three Bridges for us has not gone down in quality.
No, it hasn't.
Now, we can question some of the menu changes 100%. That we don't love, but everything that they put back on has been so good. But also, I do want to give a lot of credit to Bar Riva the same way we do to Three Bridges, is that it became, I think, a launching place for folks like Chris to, make their way up through the Disney ranks. Unfortunately, now Chris is leaving Disney to go to a brand new Lifetime Fitness that they're opening in Orlando that I believe it opens in April. And it looks incredible. It's going to have restaurants, bars on. It's going to be like, we're going to go eat food there. We're going to go visit it. He's in charge of the restaurants. I'm very, very excited for him.
Wow.
But again, same thing with Three Bridges. When we look at the folks from Three Bridges and what they've moved on to, you hate that they had to leave those locations, but they've just continually upgraded their career.
Yeah.
So I think they've been wonderful spots for that. But I agree with everything else you are saying food-wise. So good call. Do you want to read from 12 all the way down to 1 our final Skyliner restaurant rankings?
Sure. You have at number 12, Martha's Vineyard, and number 11, Cruise Cup Lounge, only because we have not really dined at those.
Yeah, but we will do our best to get out to them and bring you some thoughts.
Yes, and our from 10 to 1, Yachtsman Steakhouse. Number 9, Trattoria Alforna. Number 8, Cake Bake Shop. Number 7, Sebastian's Bistro. Number 6, Banana Cabana. Number 5, Cape May Cafe. Number 4, Bar Riva. Number 3, Ale and Compass. Number 2, Flying Fish. And number 1, Topolino's Terrace.
I'm going to make a bold statement right now and say that if we go to Sebastian's Bistro soon, if it does what it did in the past, it moves to number 3 and bumps everything back 1.
Okay.
That's what I think will happen when we go there. So we got to get back there, do it family style.
Yeah. We could do that in May.
Maybe. We'll see. We got a lot of May stuff going on now. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for listening. We would love to hear your thoughts on our rankings. Go ahead and share your own rankings of these 12 restaurants. You can go out to Main ST Magic all over social media. Of course, hit subscribe, get brand new episodes every single Tuesday and Friday, including a lot coming up from our sailing, our 5-night sailing on the Disney Destiny. Rhonda and I, we would be thankful if you could please leave us a rating and review.
Because it helps our show grow.
That's all we've got, and we'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.